Hey y'all, and welcome to PolitiBrawl. My name is Brian, and Charlie Kirk, as he continues his campaign to re-educate America's broken students, comes across a story that is probably more stranger than fiction. Let's dive in.
Hi, Charlie. How are you? Good. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna give a little bit of a backstory on myself. I'm Jaden Clark. I'm a student here. Freshman year, I was hate crime 5 times in one night. Okay. 3 of them by Trump supporters.
What happened to you?
Okay. For one of them, I was just walking, and then I see this truck full of 4 white men pass by me, MAGA apparel, everything, you know. And then
Did they say this is MAGA country?
They drove past me and they were like, "F you, nigger, bend over quick."
Okay, so they said the N-word on campus to you.
Well, yes.
Oh, yeah? Okay, so what happened to them when you reported them?
I didn't report them.
Oh, really? Okay, so maybe it didn't happen.
Okay, anyways.
I don't believe you. I'm being honest, I don't believe you. I
Okay.
think you're making it up.
Okay. Anyways.
I refuse to believe that somebody on this campus would go around and sheepishly call you the N-word. I refuse to believe that. I think you're lying.
Anyways, next instance, they threatened to rape me and then just drove off.
Hold on, so a bunch of Trump guys who are largely white heterosexual males then also threatened to rape you?
Different group of people, but yes.
All in one night?
All in one night, sir.
I think you're making this up.
Okay, that's fine.
But what evidence do you have for this? Do you have like corroborating witnesses? Do you have cameras? Do you have license plate numbers? Because now we're talking about crimes. Threatening to rape you is an intent of a crime. Did you go to the police? You file a police report? You hire an attorney? You sue the school? Did you go to the civil rights office? Do you file a civil rights complaint? Did you do any of that? Because you should.
Okay.
No, did you? Tell me, yes or no?
I did not, but
Why?
I'm not going to argue with you.
No, but you're coming in front of
experiences.
2,000 people to say it. Why did you
Right.
not go to the university and say this happened?
Okay, because how would I report them?
Anyone, there's
Who would I
hotlines
report?
all over this campus. You guys have nothing but like, if something happens to you, I think you're making this up. I think you're doing this to try to make a point.
Okay.
I
well,
don't think there's any evidence.
I can promise you, God as my witness, I am not. Anyways.
No, but seriously, why don't you today commit? Let's do this. I'm going to show you the university official, and why don't you go file a Department of Education complaint, and let's find these terrible people that did this to you. Can we agree?
Okay.
Okay.
I'll think about
and by
that.
the way, we'll be able to look at security camera footage, and we'll see.
Okay, I'll think about that.
But you didn't do that.
Can I try
though.
to finish?
You'll think about it. Hold on. Why wouldn't you want to do that immediately?
Can I talk?
No, but you're making a serious accusation. Please,
And I'm not gonna argue with you about my personal experiences. Anyways.
It didn't happen, man.
Okay, that's cool. Anyways, I feel like every time I step foot on this campus, I have a wall of vitriol and hate at my back. And to the audience, I say to you, these are your fathers, these are your siblings, and these are your neighbors. So y'all need to clock them. And I hate overgeneralizing, but I'm not gonna say all Trump supporters are racist, but a good amount. Anyways, my question to you is, if you had one message to say to these people with the hate in their hearts, what would you tell them?
I would tell you to stop lying.
What would you tell them? Not to me.
No, honestly, I think you're Jussie Smollett at this campus. I think you're completely making this whole thing up. I think you are a complete liar because I am now giving you an opportunity to report this at the high. I will bring this to Linda McMahon, the head of the Department of Education, the federal government. I will make sure these people are arrested by Kash Patel, the head of the FBI. And you'll say, oh, I'll think about it. Because you're making this up. You're doing this for a political purpose. So will you, no, seriously, Kash Patel will get involved. Yes? It's a hate crime. That's not acceptable. Well, hold on. No, will you do this or not?
That's really cute, Charlie, but I'm trying to give you the opportunity to alleviate hate within this group of people who have a shared ideology.
But hold on a second. There's no hate. There's just love of America here in this audience. That's all that's here today, okay? That's all that's here. But back to you. I heard your accusation. I'm now going to go to the University of Tennessee and tweet this and say, hey, this is a serious accusation. I want the governor to get involved, by the way.
Okay.
The governor's getting involved. I'm going to call Marsha Blackburn. I'm now going to call Big Haggerty. I know all these people, and we're going to find out really quickly if you're telling the truth or not, because you just came in front of 2,000 people, and we're going to go bring in the police. We'll bring in the FBI, because what you just said is unacceptable. You said Trump supporters called you the N-word. That is no place in America, and they threatened to rape you. That is no place in America. But you know what else is no place in America? Lying and saying it happened to you. So we'll find out really quick if you're telling the truth or not.
That's cool, but like, can you answer my question though? If you...
My message to everyone in the audience, keep loving America.
Okay.
Son, there's a lot about this story that doesn't fully add up. And as a matter of fact, there's a reason why Charlie Kirk started off saying, did these people yell at you, this is MAGA country? That's a reference to the Jussie Smollett story that happened a few years ago, back when one of the stars of this TV show, a particularly black TV show called Empire, was living in Chicago at the time. And he claimed that in 2 in the morning, in the dead of winter, that some people dressed in MAGA hats found him on the way to Subway, yelled, "This is MAGA country," poured bleach on him, and just screamed other profanities in his face. And if you're anything like Dave Chappelle, you would also understand how to make this into a great little comedy bit, call him Juicy Smoulier, and basically say that people were supporting him with their silence. Because, let's see, middle of winter in Chicago, when the average temperature is, 20 below? Seriously, lake snow effect. That stuff's awful. And it's also called the Windy City for a reason. It's cold in the middle of winter in Chicago. And then Subway at 2 a.m. How many of y'all know a Subway open at that time? And I'm not talking about the ones that are next to some sort of, are part of a gas station on some random stretch of highway across flyover country on the interstate. So yeah, no one bought that story in their right minds. Furthermore, they would have had to know what Empire was to begin with, and I can tell you, someone with this hat ain't watching Empire. And so this kid's story is very similar to Jussie Smollett's story, okay? And there's a reason why Charlie Kirk doesn't believe it. I'm not sure I believe it. I'm not going to rule one way or the other, because if this did happen, I would want this kid to get some justice, okay? I'm not a big fan of hate crime legislation, but let's be honest. It is okay to legislate that from a state level, because if there's been a problem in your state with that issue, I would kind of want some restitution one way or another. Again, that's the 10th Amendment being amazing, and let's be honest, that's one of the best parts of our Constitution. And so this kid's story is that his freshman year, and he's saying it like it was deep in the past, so he's probably a sophomore or a junior, and this kid was just walking along the street somewhere at the University of Tennessee when some kids pulled up in a truck with the MAGA gear on, yelling slurs and other worse epitaphs. And I've got trouble believing this story, not because I can't see that scenario happening. Let's be honest, it still happens from time to time, almost as often as fake hate crimes show up. And so the reason I don't really believe this story is because in those situations, you would immediately want to go and report these students to either the local police department or your office of dean of students, and you would want to make sure that this doesn't happen ever again. But this dude has not taken any, and has admitted to not taking any further steps to get justice for himself or see justice for anyone else. Instead, he comes in front of Charlie Kirk, hands in his pockets, sort of shuffling from side to side, looking back and forth like he's wondering why no one's giving him the time of day and no one's believing his story. The dude's body language looks like someone who's wanting affirmation. This dude is looking like he wants his moment in the spotlight, and he thinks that he's going to come up against Charlie Kirk and win? Oh, bless your heart, kid. Haven't you learned by now that going up against Ben Shapiro, Charlie Kirk, this stuff doesn't work for leftist students. It doesn't even work for professionals, okay? These guys go toe-to-toe with college professors and often come out winning. Do you think a student is going to fare that much better? Yeah, no, it's not happening, and particularly in front of this crowd. But Charlie Kirk even takes him through the step-by-step process of trying to get him some justice. And I'm with him on this topic. The whole idea of something this egregious happening to this kid on campus is just abhorrent to me. But when there are bias-based crimes at the University of Tennessee, this is what you're supposed to do. According to the University of Tennessee Hill Topics, the Office of the Dean of Students, in conjunction with other offices on campus, assists students and student groups to resolve incidents of bias. Students should report incidents of bias to the proper university authority, like the University of Tennessee's Police Department or the Residence Hall Director, etc. The report will then be forwarded to the Office of the Dean of Students. Students may contact the Office of the Dean of Students with any questions or concerns. And the University of Tennessee Police Department diligently investigates all reported bias-based crimes. which means that there was ample opportunity for this student to report the problem. There was probably some security camera that could have caught this truck of students who allegedly drove by. You would think that this kid would want some justice, but I don't think he wants that. Regardless of the situation, I think he wants to be a martyr. Because this dude, let's be honest, you're already seeing a receding hairline, thin frame, effeminate voice. This dude's probably in the LGBT community. And I'm not saying that to disparage anyone. As a matter of fact, without the log cabin Republicans, the GOP in D.C. would dissolve within a day. Okay? Let's be honest here. Those are our hardest working people in the Republican Party. And this kid had an opportunity with ample resources available to him and never took it. There are people that don't report crimes that happen to them because it's too traumatic. But I don't see the trauma here. I don't see it in his body language. I don't hear it in his inflection. I don't see it in his eyes. So ultimately, I'm not going to say whether this happened one way or another. If it did, I want justice for this kid. If it didn't, this is a new problem that could open up more slander and libel laws. And so this kid talking about a potential fake hate crime, oh yeah, this is not going to end well for him. And so Charlie Kirk did the right thing, gave him an opportunity to talk to people higher up about this incident. This kid didn't take it. So, yeah, feel free to let me know what you think down in the comments below. My name is Brian. Hope you enjoyed this segment here on PolitiBrawl. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Until then, y'all have a good one.